So today I'm here with a huge book haul. I've completely broken one of my resolutions to not buy as many books this year, and I bought a lot of books in a week. and this is probably going to be a very long video, and I apologise for that. But I have no self-control when it comes to buying books. But the only thing I can say is I did buy every single one of these books out of a charity shop. So out of various different charity shops. So although I've broken my rule and bought a lot of books, I haven't paid full price for them, and when I've been buying them I've also been giving money to charity, so it makes me feel better about completely breaking my rules and buying 31 books all in about a week. To be fair, mom did buy me 8 of them, but then I bought 23, so we'll just wait and see how it goes. So I'm going to get started because this is probably going to be a long enough video as it is, and I should probably stop rambling at the start. Okay, so the first bit I'm going to show you is the first 6 books and the last book in a series. It's the Weather Warden series by Rachel Caine. So I have books 1 to 6 and book 9. So I'll just go through them all. So we have Ill Wind, Heat Stroke, Chill Factor, Windfall, Firestorm, Thin Air, and Total Eclipse. I'm going to read the back of Ill Wind to let you know what the series is about, and this will be the only one I'm reading because the rest of the books are after this and I haven't read this, so I don't want to spoil it for myself and I don't want to spoil it for you guys. The Wardens Association has been around pretty much forever. Some wardens control fire, others control earth, water or wind, and the most powerful can control more than one element. Without wardens, Mother Nature would wipe humanity off the face of the earth. Joanne Baldwin, fashion addict and professional, if unwilling hero, is a weather warden. Usually all it takes is a wave of her hand to tame the most violent weather, but now Joanne is trying to outrun another kind of storm, accusations of corruption and murder. So she's resorting to the very human tactic of running for her life. Her only hope is Lewis, the most powerful warden. Unfortunately, he's also on the run from the World Council. It seems he's stolen not 1 but 3 bottles of gin, making him the most wanted man on earth. And without Lewis, Joanne's chances of surviving are as good as a snowball in, well, a place she may be headed. So she and her classic Mustang are racing hard to find him because there's some bad weather closing in fast. This sounds like it's going to be such an exciting series, and I can't wait to start it when I get around to it. The next book I got is I'd Tell You I Love You, but Then I'd Have to Kill You by Ali Carter. This book sounds really good as well, and I'll just read the back of it so you guys know what it's about. Do you ever feel like you're invisible? I know I do. Just call me Cammy the Chameleon, but in my school that's seen as cool. Why? Because the Gallagher Academy might say it's for geniuses, but really it's the school for spies. Cammy Morgan might be capable of killing a man in 7 different ways, but she's about to begin her most dangerous mission yet, falling in love. This sounds like it's going to be such a good book, and I can't wait to get into it. The next book I got was the best saving I got in the whole day, and it's The Dark Divine in hardback, and I got it for 50p. I couldn't believe it when I saw the price of it, and I just thought it was a complete look over, but apparently not, and I was really excited to get it. I'll read the back of this one to you as well because this one sounds so awesome and I can't wait to read it. Grace Devine, daughter of the local pastor, always knew something terrible happened the night Daniel Calvary disappeared and her brother Jude came home covered in his own blood. Now that Daniel's returned, Grace must choose between her growing attraction to him and her loyalty to her brother. As Grace gets closer to Daniel, she learns the truth about that mysterious night and how to save the ones she loved, but it might cost her the one thing she cherishes most, her soul. This sounds like it's going to be such an amazing read, and I can't wait to start it. The next book is the second book in a series, and it's Raising Demons, or Demon Glass as it's known in America, and this is the second book in the Hex Hall series. Not a fan of this cover. I really like the US covers. I hate the UK covers so much, but I have already read this, but I am glad that I now own it and I can reread it whenever I want. The next book is the third book in a series, and it's Ascend by Amanda Hocking, and this is the third book in the Trill trilogy. I have them all on my Kindle. Well, I have 2 and 3 on my Kindle, and I have first in paperback. So when I saw this in paperback, I decided to pick it up so that I can get the full collection in paperback instead of just having the first one and the second 2 on my Kindle. The next book is the third book in the series again, and is one that I've already read and own the first 2 in the series, and that's Passion by Lauren Kate, which is the third book in the Fallen series. And I really love this series, and I'm gonna get them all, so I've just got the last book to get now because I really enjoyed it, and I probably will reread it at some point. The next book I got was Ash by Melinda Lowe, and I'll read the back of this to you because it sounds really interesting and really different, and I really want to read it as well. With her parents both gone, Ash finds herself a servant in the house of her ruthless stepmother, and there seems no hope of finding happiness again. But Ash is unaware of her mother's legacy, and that it will lead her to a magical place, a place where love, identity and belonging are all waiting. This sounds like it will be such a good book, and I can't wait to read it. The next book I got is the second book in a series, which I don't own the first book to yet, but I couldn't pass up when I saw the price of it, and that is Ink Exchange by Melissa Marr. I think this is the second book in the Wicked Lovely series. I really think it is, I'm not too sure, but I really want to read Wicked Lovely, so I decided to pick up the second book because they were selling it for £1 in the charity shops, and I couldn't pass that up, so I just need to get Wicked Lovely now and then I can read this. The next book I got is a book I have seen nowhere in the UK apart from in the new edition releases that started because the movie started coming out, and that is A Killing Frost by John Marsden. I read the first 3 or 4 books, or 5 maybe, when I was in high school, and they never had the rest of the series, and then I tried to get it over here, and this was like years ago, and I couldn't find it anywhere, and to come across this in a charity shop was like it's nothing I've ever seen before anywhere, so I just had to pick it up, even though I do have them on my Kindle because I've been buying them when they've been released. But owning this in paperback is great, and I think I will be trying to get more of these copies because I do really like the old covers as well, and I'm really excited to maybe try and get the rest of these. The next book I got was Before I Fall by Lauren Oliver, and Lauren Oliver is the writer of the Delirium series, which I've still to read. I have Delirium on my shelves as well, which is why I decided to pick this up. I'll read the back of this to you guys as well. They say to live every day as if it's your last, but you never actually think it's going to be. You always think you'll have more time. That's why I thought, but I was wrong. The thing is, you don't get to know when it happens. You don't remember to tell your family that you love them, or in my case, remember to say goodbye to them at all. What if, like me, you could live your last day over again? Could you make it perfect? If your whole life flashed before your eyes, would you have any regrets? Are there things you'd want to change? This sounds like it's going to be such an amazing read, even though I've heard some really mixed reviews on it, but I really want to read it and form my own opinion on it, and I really just can't wait to read it. The next book I got was because I thought I was missing the second book in the series, and this was a bind up of the first 2, and then I got home and found out it was the third book in the series I was missing, so I will probably just give this to my sister because I have the rest. I have the full series apart from the third book. It's a bind up of the first 2 books in the Angus Thongs and Full Frontal Snogging series. So that's Angus Thongs and Full Frontal Snogging, and It's Okay, I'm Wearing Really Big Knickers. It's the first 2 books in it, and that's what the movie's based on. So I decided to pick this up because I thought I was missing the second book, and I thought, well, I can just read the second book out of this, but it's the third book I'm missing. So this was a wasted buy for me, but I can give it to my sister because she really wants to read it, so not really much of a waste. The next book I picked up because I have never ever seen this cover before in my life, and although I already own it in paperback and hardback, I bought another paperback of it because I have never seen this cover before, and it's Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Look how amazing that cover is. I absolutely love it. It's so unusual. Then we go around the spine. I absolutely love the spine as well. And then the back is just like grey clouds. The only thing that's wrong with it is on the back there isn't actually a blurb, like a synopsis. This is how you watch about. It's more quotes from like different newspapers to say, oh, this book is amazing, you need to read this book. But it'd be nice if I actually told you what the book was about on the back, even though I already know. But if someone picked this up in a shop not knowing what it was and then turned it over and they can't read about it on the back, it'd be a bit useless. But I really like this cover, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to find the rest of the series with covers like this as well, because I think they're really nice.